In this video we're going to have the Samsung UN55RU7100FXZA review. We will have a detailed look on the various features this product possesses. This video will help you decide whether this television is perfect for your needs. We provided a link on the description to give you the best prices on the market right now. The RU7100 looks simple and unassuming, virtually indistinguishable from any budget TV with its half-inch flat black plastic bezels interrupted only by a small silver bar bearing the Samsung logo in the middle of the bottom bezel. The TV sits on two equally bland V-shaped plastic legs colored a similar near black dark gray as the frame. With the exception of the power cable connector on the left side of the back of the TV, all ports can be found on the right, split between a recess filled with connections facing right and another with connections facing back. The right-facing ports include 3 HDMI ports, 2 USB ports, an antenna/cable connector, and an optical audio output. An Ethernet port and a set of component video inputs face back in the second recess. The remote is a clunky, button-laden rectangular wand, an unpleasant step back from the simplicity of the Q90R's remote. It's an infrared-only model that requires direct line of sight with the TV, and has no pinhole microphone for using Samsung's Bixby voice assistant. No real loss there, as Bixby isn't very helpful. The biggest frustration is the remote's general design, which is covered with very similar feeling rectangular rubber buttons. Even the direction pads up, down, left, and right buttons feel the same as the surrounding menu and service buttons, requiring you to look down at the remote to navigate any menu. The RU7100 failed to impress with its contrast and color performance. While the TV supports HDR, HDR10, HDR10+, and HLG, but not Dolby Vision, we saw little difference between HDR and standard dynamic range signals, or between full screen and 18% field brightness tests. The RU7100 showed a peak brightness of around 330 CD/M2 across the board for all modes, which is fairly dim for an LED-lit LCD TV. The black level was mediocre as well, at 0.071 CD/M2 for a contrast ratio of 4,654:1. The Hisense H8, by comparison, is over twice as bright, 796.84 CD/M2, and has a black level less than a third that of the RU7100, 0.02 CD/M2, for a far superior contrast ratio of 39,842:1. The H8 also suffers from occasional light bloom, but it's a worthy trade-off for better contrast. Color performance is similarly unimpressive in range, though the RU7100 is at least fairly accurate out of the box. The above chart on the left shows an SDR signal with the color space set to automatic and picture set to movie, compared with Rec.709 broadcast standards. The above chart on the right shows an HDR signal with color space set to native and picture set to HDR movie, compared with the DCI-P3 color space. For SDR, whites run slightly cool and reds are a bit undersaturated, but otherwise the colors are largely accurate out of the box. For HDR, while the color reach is a bit wider, it doesn't come close to reaching the full range of the DCI-P3 color space. Both the Hisense H8 and TCL6 series come much closer to covering the gamut, as does the step-up Samsung RU8000. The RU7100 at least turns an impressive input lag performance. In movie mode, the TV shows an input lag of 61.3 milliseconds when testing with an HD Fury 4K Diva HDMI matrix, too high to be considered very good for playing video games. Turning game mode on, however, drops that number down to a fantastic 5.3 milliseconds, making the RU7100 stand as one of the most responsive TVs we've tested and a good candidate for one of the best TVs for gaming. Samsung's RU7100 line of TVs offer size flexibility for a low price. If you're desperate for a 43-inch TV or want a 75-inch screen without paying more than $1,200, it's a reasonable choice. That said, its mediocre picture quality is easily outshined by the Hisense H8 and the TCL6 series. Add a clunky remote, and you have a budget TV that fails to rise above, or even meet, its contemporaries. Or to buy. You can get the Samsung UN55RU7100FXZA through the link below in the description. We have checked to ensure those are the best price in the market right now. Thanks for watching.